Welcome back to our show, True Health News. Have you ever wondered about the unseen yet prevalent threats lurking in our day-to-day life? One such insidious threat is microplastics. Now, what exactly are these microplastics? Picture this. You're holding a plastic water bottle. It looks harmless, right? But over time, when exposed to the elements, this bottle breaks down into tiny particles, less than 5 millimeters in size. These are microplastics. They're so small, you'd need a microscope to see them. But don't let their size fool you. They are everywhere. These minuscule fragments have managed to infiltrate almost every corner of our environment. They've journeyed to the deepest trenches of our oceans, mingled with the snow at the peaks of our highest mountains, and even float around in the air we breathe. Microplastics are the uninvited guests that have crashed every party on Earth. But how do they end up in our bodies, you ask? Well, primarily through the food we eat and the water we drink. Microplastics have been found in a staggering range of food items, from the fish in our seas to the honey made by our bees. They've been discovered in tap water, bottled water, and even beer. Yes, you heard that right. There's a chance you've been sipping on microplastics with your evening brew. Now, if we consume these particles, they're bound to end up somewhere, right? And that's exactly what researchers have been busy studying, the effects of microplastics in the human body, especially the organs and the fetus. The truth is, we're just starting to understand the full impact of these tiny invaders. Initial studies suggest they could interfere with our body's natural functions, leading to a host of health issues. But the full extent of their effects is still a mystery waiting to be unraveled. Microplastics are not just a threat to our environment, but also to our health. But how exactly do they affect us? Let's delve a bit deeper. Recent studies have revealed startling facts about the presence of microplastics in our bodies. These tiny fragments, no bigger than a sesame seed, are silently invading us, leaving no organ untouched. From our brains to our hearts, from our lungs to our livers, these microscopic invaders are everywhere. But do we know how they get there? And what's more, do we understand the impact they could be having on our health? A slew of recent research points to the fact that we are ingesting these tiny particles daily. They're in the food we eat, the water we drink, even the air we breathe. That's right, every time you take a sip of water, bite into a sandwich, or simply inhale, you could be taking in these minuscule particles. But the journey of microplastics doesn't stop at ingestion. Once inside our bodies, they can cross biological barriers such as the blood-brain barrier and the placenta. In fact, some studies have even found evidence of these particles in human fetuses. Yes, these minuscule invaders are reaching our unborn children, potentially disrupting their development and health even before they are born. Now you might be wondering, what harm can these tiny particles do? Well, it's not their size that's the problem, it's what they carry. Microplastics can absorb harmful chemicals from their surroundings and release them once inside our bodies. This could lead to a variety of health complications, including inflammation, hormonal disruption, and toxicity. Furthermore, research indicates that the long-term effects of microplastics could be far more dangerous than we currently understand. They could potentially affect our genetic makeup. While the problem of microplastics seems overwhelming, there are ways we can reduce our exposure to these particles. The first step towards a healthier future is knowledge, and armed with it, we can make conscious choices that can significantly reduce our microplastic consumption. One of the most straightforward steps is to choose products packaged in materials other than plastic. Glass, for instance, is a great alternative. It's recyclable, reusable, and most importantly, it doesn't shed microplastics. So the next time you're out shopping, consider swapping that plastic bottle of ketchup for a glass one. Another source of microplastics is cosmetics, particularly those with microbeads. These tiny plastic particles are often found in exfoliating facial cleansers and toothpaste. They're designed to rinse off and go down the drain, but they're too small to be filtered out by water treatment plants, and they end up in our oceans and eventually our food chain. Opt for natural microbead-free cosmetics, and you'll not only be doing your skin a favor, but also the environment. Now let's talk about the water we drink. Studies have found microplastics in tap water worldwide. While the health implications of ingesting these particles are still being researched, it's a good idea to err on the side of caution. Consider using a water filter that can remove these tiny particles from your drinking water. And remember, it's not just about what we consume, but also what we discard. Properly disposing of plastic waste, and even better, reducing our overall plastic use, can help prevent the spread of microplastics. So let's start making small changes in our daily lives. Swap that plastic for glass, say no to microbeads, filter your water, and dispose of waste responsibly. By making conscious choices, we can reduce our microplastic consumption and pave the way for a healthier future. Remember, every step counts. So, start today and make a difference.